Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. We are live with Cold Fire. Hello. I don't know what just happened. We're live with Cold Fire, and let's do this. Take what resonate and what does not. Leave what does not. This is just a perspective that I bring from the void, since a lot of minds, so a lot of souls decided to surrender their minds to the void. This perspective is extremely difficult to behold in the first place. Cross watchers, if uh, they're watching, they will be blissfully unaware about this. But if something about this reading triggers you, that means there is a way for you to restore your original mental abilities and energies. So that is a clue for you to work on. So if something's triggering you, upsetting you, you can work on it. If this is going blissfully unaware, if it's not resonating with you, that means this reading is not for you. I do have some extreme opinions, but they are meant to help you. I'm just being brutally honest about my take on these situations. I collect energetic data by actually being present in situations and connecting with very sporadically. I connect with them very sporadically with people who are are in a situation where these energies are at play. These energies that I'm referring to are mentioned in the title of my reading. As we know that wherever the human beings might be, you're all prone to the same tendencies, and like technology is connecting us together, so we are going to face similar uh, situations and problems everywhere. The starseed DNAs were being activated in a lot of human minds up until May of 2022. And after May of 2022, it was a lot of other human minds who could be saved were receiving a little bit of grace, so that their minds that had been taken over by the matrix entities, archons, that's what they call them. Archons and archangels are different. So star seeds are a type of archangelic matter, angelic matter that exists in the mind. It's original. Um, this is all like according to my analysis of these things. It could be different in scriptures. Other writers might be doing different things. I believe you are your own twin flame, your soul. If there are any other incarnations, they are specifically with the same kind of bodies, and those are alternate realities and parallel realities where you exist in the same form. And what they say that the twin flame, what they call a twin flame person, is actually your divine counterpart. It is a soul that has traveled with you from the source, the first So from the source, you split into one. You are one portion, and then you realize that there is something alongside you. At source, you are one singularity. When you split from the soul, you realize that there is another, and that another is quantumly entangled with you, meeting with you in every other reality. That is your divine counterpart. If you're focused, if your consciousness, that is your soul, is focused, is making your mind focus on this reality, that means you are supposed to assist your divine counterpart in one way or the other. Your and what I'm sensing right now is the divine masculine counterparts are stuck in situations where they are facing clout problems, clout issues. Clouts are very primal, fear-based social groups. So it's going back to the time when human beings were um, to the mindset where human beings were nomadic tribes, correct? So, but in this day and age, it's of the planet that is obviously very scary to think about in the first place, of how stupid it feels that uh, human beings still want to function under just hold on. What is scary about it is that human beings are still insisting and on the essentiality of groupism, tribism. So that is my main focus here, to make everybody realize that this is non-judgmental. This is these readings are non-judgmental. It's not about good or bad. It's about what we can and cannot associate with anymore. We cannot associate with a tribal mentality and a tribal mind, because it's going to create a lot of confusions, because everybody, every human soul has been sufficiently introduced to their own timelines. They do cross over, they have crossed over so far, but now it's uh, crossovers are blocked, like timeline crossovers are blocked. It is going to be your own soul's journey. The material world, yes, you might have a family unit that you're part of. Balance, it's for balance and harmony of both the negative and positive aspects of the soul, of the mind, the negative polarity and positive polarity, and the light side and the shadow side of yourself. So let's just get some oracle cards for the stands. We have a square, semi-square, quincunx. That is tension. It's going to cause tension if you're going to keep crossing each other's timelines. And as a so there are, let's say, a set of 10 people who have formed a tribe, a weird tribe. Their timelines have crossed, and then there are other groups of tens, let's just say, and their timelines have crossed. And then so there are, let's say, four groups, right? We're talking about a square. Can you imagine the kind of tension that is at play, well, when everybody has received more than enough information um, about their own individual journeys of the soul? And at the same, because they insisted on being uh, a part of a tribe, they have understood their group's soul's journey. They have understood the other three groups' journey, and vice versa. And it just becomes a big poking nose in so many people's business. And it just keeps going exponential, and it's it's you cannot nurture tension. You cannot nurture tension. You got to tend to your own garden. You got to review. You got to review of this tension, and how much tending to your own garden was necessary. So it's essential to review how you got here in the first place, and what is it that will bring you out of it and back into your own self, individual journey of your soul. South Node, past. The visuals on these cards are so beautiful. I don't think this camera does justice to the artwork. For the time being, I'm gonna get this closer so that I can can see up close. All right. So a review is necessary so that you can tend to your own garden and step away from this. There's a need to step away from this and start tending to this tension from the groups, the tribes that you find yourself a part of. It could be religious groups, it could be your family groups, it could be a social circle, it could be your school circles, school and academic circles, connection groups that you were a part of, all groups that you were part of. You got to step away from it and then do a review. Correct? Motion. Mars. Okay, the energy of Mars. Mars. The energy of Mars is okay. The review is happening because okay, motion, action. We have Aries. A lot of Mars energy. We have Midhaven again. Abundance. It's a cornucopia. We have the South Node again at the bottom. My. So, what I'm getting is like star seeds are taking action. They're observing. They have spent some time in their own space. Let's just say observing and reviewing this tension, and then now suddenly they find themselves in motion, like action mode. We have this is supposed to be Mars on the chariot here. Mars, it's incredible. The chariot is Cancer, right? But and Mars is not the ruling planet of Cancer, but this character that sits upon the chariot is Mars. You're suddenly going to move into motion and take action, and the action is going to be about is going to surround something to do with abundance and the pinnacle of abundance. And this is what we're talking about: cosmic abundance, abundance consciousness, bringing about abundance consciousness. That's why the clout, the tribalism, the lack mentality, that is the foundation of tribal mentality, groupism, because they feel that they're not enough. They have been their minds have been programmed in lack, and that's why they feel that they're not enough. That's why they have to form groups or be a part of a group, and that's how their mind becomes. And you see a sit here, so they may look like flowers, it may look like a bouquet, a nurturing bouquet, but it's still like receiving validation from anything to do with tribal mentality, group mentality. Is it's just an addiction. It's an offer to keep you addicted in that. It's false nurturing. You gotta review what kind of nurturing you felt in these groups, and it's like you've got to move forward. You got to take the actions to break through this. So deactivating the minds, but it's like you have to lift the mind up to the pinnacle first. Lift the minds up to the pinnacle first. Yeah, five of swords.
It's 8 o'clock.
King of Wands. I'm getting a very sort of thick energy, like molten lava. Wow. Look at that. Fire. Like we have the page, queen, and king. The only and oh my god. I think I should stop taking cards out of this deck. There you go. In my earlier reading, I was talking about like this is action. This is like deactivating the cloud. The five of swords is like deactivating the cloud minds. I have to take fiery action towards it. We in my previous reading, I was talking about the Knight of Wands being the, the Magi Prince. And that's it. Like the king, queen, page, and knight of wands. This collection of energy is are working towards deactivating the cloud mind. A lot of fiery energy coming up. Let's just get some right away, and we'll see what comes up. Let's see what comes up. I'm glad that I took a break after writing the title, and in between writing the title and reading, because it's just let the energy data settle in on the table. So I see the star seeds embodying these energies. Star seeds are showing up, uh, possibly in front of um, fire signs, because fire signs mainly work from the heart space, and it's easier to identify the thought form that has brought about toxic heart energy in the data. So you can easily guess the link of the thought form. This message is going to come to me. It's going to come to me very soon. This is about some kind of collaboration. This is some kind of collaboration. Um, it's not clout. It's collaboration. It's like these energies. There's different kind of energies are collaborating, and to it's like the Knight of Wands, the Magi Princess's support system coming through, and these could be these could be ancestors speaking. Let's say this is the future generation. The king is the ancestral generation, and the queens are the 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 current generation. The reason why the cloud came about as the king of wands, right? What's going to come off of this in the future is the princess of wands, the page of wands, the future generation. The reason is because of this energy, the queen of wands energy. The king of swords, they're showing up again. The investigator energy. It's like this herder. They're herding these the spirit of the cloud, the souls of the cloud together. It's like the Pied Piper, herding them together for the king of wands to analyze this entire situation. King of Swords to analyze the entire situation. It's like they have the data on clout mentality and this rivalry between the different clouds. We discussed four groups, right? For example, right, the four groups. Let's just say north, south, east, and west, right? Four groups um, of the cloud. Like they have had so much time to look into this. They have done a review of the past. South Node, they're done with the review of the past, and they're moving forward. They're taking action to move forward from this. And I think the bottom line understanding of this is this uh, investigator figure. Like all of us are that right now. We're done with our investigative roles, and we've had these very intense retrogrades, and recently we've had a Mercury retrograde, and we finished Saturn retrograde, a very intense Saturn retrograde last year, and then Jupiter was in retrograde as well. While we were investigating the journey of our soul and fellow souls, understanding our relationship with it is why are some souls gravitating together, what is the past, what is the karmic past, and all of that. The investigations of the past are underway. Real- it's like the investigator kind of had a tower moment. It's like the tower moment, and they've just submitted their report, like to themselves. It's like, this is the report, this is the end of investigation. 10 of wands is the ending. I'm dropping the burden, I'm compiling the report. Like, I'm kind of done studying this, and it's done. It's like, that's it, the motion has been passed. All right, so a lot, that's some Scorpio energy there with the tower. We have all the fire signs on the table. We have the air sign on the table. It's like, whew. It's like the future looks bleak and going even further away when that's what the tower moment was. Like, the future looks very bleak. It could go either way. It could go either way. That's why it looks bleak. Because in the past, it's all there's just so much aggravation. The feeling like, there is this fifth group that is being formed that they have no control over, because it's something that is going to be forming in the future. That was a tower moment, that was a realization. Okay, it's fighting after material world resources, about the material world, about ownership, about property ownership, about money, right? It's what they see in the future is like an abrupt ending to this new blink. First, it will go back to the old world, and abrupt ending for the new generation. That's what the star seeds have realized. There's like an abrupt ending about there's an abrupt ending in the future. Like, you start new, and then there's an abrupt ending, because it's all based on the past. It's all based on the past. Our money, our financial system is all based on past and tribal mentality and groupism, and individuals uh, unable to go their own way in their own path. Now, this is based on studying the past itself. It feels very heavy. It was just a tower moment that if everything from the past were to continue when it comes to our handling of material resources on the planet, whatever it might be. It's like, how do we deal with material that we use to construct housing, to um, cooking, all for all our utilities for civilization? How are we using the material resources? If it continues based on the past, it's looking really bleak, and it's all going to, if if we start new, the next phase of our civilization based on whatever was happening in the past, that's going to get shut down like really fast, like really really fast. It's just going to get shut down. And the younger generation is going to suffer. This is why the star seeds have decided to deactivate the group thought forms, which are based in lack, while they are activating their minds to abundance consciousness. So they have an understanding of lack mindset, and they are deactivating it, and and they have incorporated abundance consciousness to balance it out, the lack consciousness that was there, and hence they have been activated in abundance consciousness and thought forms. They have activated the abundance thought forms. Let's just get some clarifications uh, for the nine of wands first. Let's look at this because, okay, this is ending. It's perfect timing. The need to hold on to old ways is ended for good. We have graduated from that template of working with the material world. um yeah, an epiphany moment. The I feel like it was a series of epiphany moments over the last 7 months. It might have come from a communication that was very blunt and sharp, but it came from a place of warmth, and the inner strength. It came from a place of the heart chakra, but it was communicated very bluntly several times over the last 7 months. And there was a tower moments after tower moments after tower moments, and um, those tower moments have made all of us investigators, starseed or not, ancient souls, whatever you might be, spiritual investigators, psychic investigators, looking into this group and tribal mentality of humanity's past, on which our present material world, especially financial world structures, are based. And we've realized that we've had a moment of enlightenment that it's going to get shut down brutally for the future generation. The future generation of working in this template is being shut down. So what does the future look like? Because this was based in lack, and now we've moved into abundance. Balancing it out balancing it out is necessary. Lack, our structures based on lack have are in a larger proportion. When you look at human civilizations past, we have built everything based in lack mentality. And that's why we don't see what's going to happen in the future, because there needs to be some balance. now balancing out. It's time. It's like the wheel of fortune keeps showing up. It's time that we balance it out, or it will be balanced out for us. And that's what the star seeds are doing. The star seeds are fulfilling that part of the destiny, that it's being balanced out for us. The star seeds just follow divine orders, and that means that it's just for human civilization is just being balanced out. This The clouds are still tied up with some kind of money business, but it's breaking apart. It's breaking apart. They're scattering. This group is being broken apart. This group gathered by some wealthy people. These clouds that have come about because of uh, were made by these wealthy people, or come about because of these wealthy people. They were tied into groups because of this uh, the wealth surrounding these people, wealthy people. And this page of pentacles looks to me like the future generation, like, the ones who are still not teenagers, so somewhere between the age of 10, whoever. So let's say 10 children below the age of 10 who are born, not unborn, who are born, who have this material world from this scenario here that I've just described, like these wealthy families. They are going to be blocked, and it's going to be a brutal ending for them when it comes to finances. So they will have grown up in a certain setting, and uh, when they are adults, young adults, let's say 2021, they will face massive blocks and dramatic endings when it comes to really dramatic endings when it comes to their finances, because they're attached to something very that is a system that is broken, and a system that is inefficient, toxic, anti-life affirming, destructive, criminal. Oh, let's clarify the star card before we move on to this thing here. It's so weird. I've never seen this kind of an arrangement. The king and queen and page and knight of wands showing up. This energy is very different. Yeah, the fool, the star seed. The star seed are determined on bringing about the new earth matrix, the new world order, and for that everything else, everything from the old world needs to go. That is what I'm getting. This is really brand new. um I have mixed feelings coming up about this, but that's where it stands. That's where the motion is. It stands. I have mixed feelings because I do not believe that everything from the old world should end. We will be in a long state of lucidity. There might be a lot of lives lost, a lot of souls lost into the void, or a lot of minds lost into the void. It's a massive decluttering. It's like from the Avengers, the End Game. Like, even the good people will die. Like half of the universe's population dies, and that means The good side also suffers death and deletion. But okay, let's move on from that thought. But if it's underway, then it's underway. Okay, we have the sword of Archangel Michael. That is the Ace of Swords in reverse. But there are no reversals in this deck, and I think it fell in reverse just to match this sword here in the Five of Swords. I'm going to take it upright. So the action, and also to match this sword here. So the god of war, Mars, a god, is wielding the sword of Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael's sword is about clarity. It's like you gotta approach the cloud mind with ultimate clarity, and that's why there needs to be some kind of input of grace in it, so that you can have a bridge, a frequency on which you can communicate. So graciously extend your thoughts, do it gracefully, and then you will be able to identify those thought forms inside the cloud minds which you can handle. And that's what the self-sabotage element is like. You give them grace, and they just lash out at you, and lashing out at grace will rebound rebound. The energy will just rebound, and that's when uh, they have hit the self detonate button. You are going to be protected by your grace. The bridge the connecting frequency, the bridge that you built between grace, when grace approaches and it is hit by disgraceful, undignified behavior, then it will just rebound onto the cloud mind. That's the strategy. There's like a strategy being built here. Let's get some clarification for the King of Wands that flipped in sideways. I don't think you can see it. Okay, so I'm gonna push this King of Wands a little here. Okay, so now you can see all the cards. Time to move this way. All right, let's clarify the King of Wands. Please clarify the King of. Okay, ancestors. I'd said that this is the cloud problem stems from the past. It's part of the present. The one controlling the spirit of the cloud is the Knight of Wands. That is the prince, the Magi Prince. Um, he's a sorcerer. He's a sorcerer. Only this energy can do this. It's the only energy that can control the cloud. So the ancestors have been sufficiently liberated. So we kind of we liberated our ancestors from purgatory. It seems that their minds have been liberated. Their minds have been purged off of these templates of tribal mentality, groupism, which stems from lack, which come from. So it's like a generational curse healing, or sorry, ancestral healing your ancestry is necessary. That's when a lot of information regarding. Okay, it's like the present generation, who are in the who are still continuing this tribal mentality and groupism, they are, they're burning on the inside, but they don't have any resources to balance out that fire that need to form these groups and tribes and have like have this continuous state of conflict and continuous state of self sabotage, like all the time. And they find some kind of sick sadistic balance in being destructive and abrupt, and they find some kind of strength and clarity in this noise and chaos. It's just noise, it's not even chaos. Chaos is artistic in nature because it has to match cosmos, which is beauty and harmony. So there is a kind of beauty and artistic quality to chaos as well. This is just noise, just noise, this randomness, like bang, like it's like a it's like empty vessels being clunking against each other. So the cloud mind is like that. When you listen to their thoughts, if you have psychic abilities, and if you can just enter the mind of somebody who's a part of these clouds, this new age clouds, these current present clouds, like you will continuously feel them um, crying and complaining and throwing tantrums all the time. And they find a kind of balance, they find like ideas to make money out of that crying and tantrum throwing, like fist thumping and aggravating, kicking up fights and fuss all around. Versus when you even if one cloud member is controlling that in your presence, the tendency, it will come out. That is that self-sabotage thing, because their mind is continuously functioning like that. They can quiet it down for a little while because they honestly do not have a lot of mental energy in the first place. They have a lot of this, like raw, like energy bubbling around, but there's nothing in the head space, like the crown chakra. Whenever it opens, it's just like it all of this raw energy of just jumps up from the other chakras, like the root chakra, solar plexus, and this thing. The If they're being quiet and they're controlling their words, it just skips the throat chakra and it goes in their mind, and it just starts buzzing and whirring around. And then you see like them blurting some things out, and they find so much when they have blurted something really nasty out, like like a tantrum, a complaint, or if they've taken a jab at you unnecessarily, if they've just been just spiteful, just joked at you, made fun of you, you suddenly find that gleeful expression on their face, like I did something really nasty. They find that peace and harmony in that, like oh well, that's how it is. But let's clarify the page of wands, the princess of wands. Okay, it's the four of wands that flipped upside out. So the foundation from the future generation of the club is is you can't see it, you can't see it. You just can't see it. It's blocked. And what is being blocked is that brutal ending. It's this It's the same card. It's the page of wands. The future generation of cloud is, you see at the bottom of the deck here, the death card. This is too dark right now, but I'm going to continue going on. I don't want to read that out into the table because these are very young and innocent souls, innocent people, human beings. They're the future of our there is they are the reason why we're working on the future with them. So yeah, okay. We have the five of swords here at the bottom of the deck, so we are ending the tarot reading with the five of swords. For the knight of wands, we have the lovers and the six of swords. It's like the the star seeds who are in the knight of wands mode, or these investigators who are in the knight of wands mode, these psychic investigators, spiritualists who are in investigator mode, taking action, um, controlling the clout groups, like like the pipers. They have a they have found inner union and balance, and that is why suddenly this energy has come up very magically. It's like a magic card. It's a magician card. It's like a sorcerer card, and so they are working off of union energies, unity energies, energies of singularity, having found their divine counterpart, possibly. Yeah, anybody who's able to recognize this energy, uh knows this energy is definitely up for a upgrade in their twin flame journey. It is not just about they themselves. Twin flame is you, the union between your masculine and feminine aspects of your soul, your spirit, are working together. They're no longer mirroring, they're working together. And that's when you find your person, the soul, the other soul, which has always been a part of your journey. You have been entangled on a quantum level, and y'all are going to be gravitating together energetically. There is a complete intuitive link that is fixed and in real time, like quantum entangled particles. Very earlier on in their connection, in their soul's journey, it's like one particle one soul experiences something, and after a delay or a set of other experiences with the other soul helps them understand the same lesson. The details might be different on each end, but right now we're functioning in real time. So you go through an experience and your divine counterpart learns it immediately. um your divine counterpart goes through a lesson, experience, and you learn the lesson immediately. So it's the lessons are getting transferred in real time, and so you're functioning with zero control. So that is magic. Like, it just comes out of the ether. They're making use of the this fiery energy, and they're letting it rain. They're letting it rain down on their parade, on the parade, this cloud parade. They're letting it rain. They are seeding the fire, the twin flame fire. The divine counterparts are seeding the clouds, the ethers, and they're making it rain right from the rainbows, the spectrum of colors, the light of of the colors of light as well as the dark, and they're raining it down on the parade. I don't know if this is making sense to making sense, but I hope it does. So the cloud has been made to drop their weapon, and it's you're not going to see it, but you're going to feel the energy, like the cloud has, I mean, been deactivated. Like, look at these swords as well. Like, they look like toothpicks. The cloud has been deactivated because we don't want this bleak future for the next generation and humanity. We really really want humanity to survive. Like, we don't want this to be the last human civilization. So let's get some fairy oracles, and we have the five of swords here again. So there's like a split, like the clout is being split. Some of the clout people who were part of these groups and still working in tribal mentality because of their life situations had made them suffer in lack mentality. They're realizing their folly, and they're working on themselves. Like this group, like the clout has been split into two groups: the ones who are ready to work on themselves, and the ones who are still in this like blocked mode, stuck in lack mentality. There's a clear distinction between two parts of the cloud, the one who's ready, and it's 50-50. So that's good news in itself. Like, half of the cloud is ready to work and half of the cloud is okay, this is about a house. If there is a house that you'll think that these clouds meet up at, um, just drive by or observe it, probably on Google Earth or something like that. um, there is a bunch of street urchins that meet in a park, and they live in a park or somewhere around this house. Just see, if you're a starseed investigator or something, it would do good for you to just um, drive by. It's safe. It's safe. Some are being held hostage. Maybe somebody's been abducted. Somebody from these wealthy families that created the cloud, or because of whom these groups, these gangs were created. Somebody's being held hostage. Somebody's been abducted or kidnapped for sure. This is another kind of house, but all of these things, this house, this garden, and this hideout or this abduction house, they're all in like the same vicinity. It could be at the bottom of uh I mean, it could be in a mountainous area, or where the hills begin. um we have a lady here, this matriarch. So this it could be about a lady from the wealthy family as well, to protect this lady from the wealthy family. It could be about that. They could probably own like a big patch of some mountain or forest, or something of that sort, or big property. It could be about that. It's scary because I think I know this situation and who this is about. Um, like I said, the pattern is the same all over, and this lady is posing to not be as affluent. A lot of women or girls from wealthy families who know that the clout and gangs are at large, are toning their lifestyles down quite a bit. Some some of them have lost their status, the ones who belong to the reason for these clouds. They have actually lost their status, but there are some who are actually, I mean, they're showing up like this, they're not showing up like this. So but they are maintaining a very low profile. They're possibly going off the grid. Somebody's definitely going out the grid by announcing that they have passed away, because there is a snake. There's a snake there. This could be elderly feminine of this lady. So this looks like the oldest generation, This is the grandparent generation, let's just say, and this is the parents' generation, the current generation that are parents, and this is the young adult generation, children of these the parents' generation. So three generations here. Women, the mother's lineage, the maternal side showing up. So in the oldest generation here, there are mother figures, matriarchs. It's not doesn't have to be your mother. It doesn't have to be anybody related to you. Who are the snakes until the snakes are put to rest. This is it's advisable that the rest of the ladies of the who are going to be affected by this directly or indirectly lay it low, maintain a low profile. That's what I have for you, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you. Bye.